Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a doggone show about weirdos, damn it. My name is John Fahey. I am joined by the prettiest boy under the sun, high-functioning pervert, Mr. Aaron Joseph Pita. Hi there.
That's me. Guilty as charged.
You bet.
I plead no contest to being both a high-functioning pervert and prettiest boy under the sun.
Yes.
On all counts, guilty.
You're the lawnmower man of creeps.
Yes, Lawnmower Man, played by Jeff Fahey.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Yes, indeed a homonym, as it were.
Something of
You know who's to my right?
Tell me who it is.
I would say he is a
handsome rogue.
A handsome rogue, a modern-day pirate, if you will.
Ooh. Yeah.
Sailing the seven seas to my heart.
Easily the most listenable of the three of us.
A voice like melted butter on a lobster tail.
Young Matt Brousseau, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hi
Hello.
there. Hi there.
Great
Soak
to be
it in.
here.
Soak it in.
Thank you for having me.
Butter.
Guys, I gave it up to the Patreon subscribers first today, this morning.
Give it up.
But we are now going to be in the business of selling the shirts. Both the I Freak at the Teak Do You shirt with the Profiles in Eccentricity logo on the back in slutty pink ink on piss yellow shirts. And they're comfy.
Yes.
I wear it all the time. It's a fucking comfy shirt. Joe Latchett, godfather of the program, who is from the Fort Myers Print Corps. That is FortMyers PrintCorps.
Yes.
Joe will give you a motherfucking hell of a deal on shirts if you're in the business of doing that. We love Joe. I love you, Joe.
Love you.
Thank you, Joe.
The show's shirts just look fucking incredible.
Yeah.
We also have the brand new Ramones logo, which is
With
just,
John, Matt, Aaron, and Pee-Pee?
And PP.
That's right. Instead of Joey, Johnny, Tommy, and Dee Dee.
I love that.
I know. It's an incredible shirt. We kind of collaborated on it, but Joe really brought the fucking thunder to that shirt, man.
Yeah.
It was breathtaking. And they are available. You can PayPal Profiles in Eccentricity Podcast at gmail.com for $25 postage paid domestically, $35 international.
Yeah, because we got profile files all over the globe.
That's right. That's absolutely true.
And we love you.
Yes, we do. We love the international profilers. They are, it's crazy seeing the map of people listening.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Blows my mind. And it makes me very, very happy.
Yes.
Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a Beer Piss 2, Media Eccentricity 2. Very, very excited about this. Some of the things in here are things that me and Aaron and Matt have been referencing in previous episodes, but we just want to share them with you because we fucking love it. We love dumb shit.
Yeah.
We like bringing you guys into what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
One of the first things I want to talk to you about is I have loved this song by a band called Gangrene. From Boston in the 80s, and they were kind of a hardcore punk band that were kind of like in Boston. It got very thrashy, especially in the 80s, and Gangrene was one of these. These bands kind of like morphed later into, when Metallica got big, they kind of went like thrash metal-ish, and like their later albums would be kind of more in that line of things. But this is like one of the original Gangrene songs is this song called Alcohol, which I enjoy. You know what I mean?
You do enjoy alcohol.
Yes, I enjoy piss, and I really enjoy this song. I was first introduced to it by, I believe in the Dr. Art episode, I talked about the Meat Men.
Yeah.
The Meat Men were kind of one of the non-PC bands of the day. that so they covered alcohol on a live EP that I had, and they made it kind of like more like heavy and moshy and stuff like that. As opposed to what I'm going to play you. But they introduced the song live by saying this song's originally by Gangrene. They snorted more blow than any band in history.
Jeez.
Hey, all right.
That's saying something.
They were chopping it up good,
Ooh.
right? So this is the song I'm going to play a little, like 10 seconds past the intro. This is Alcohol by Gangrene.
Hit it, John.
Listen to these lyrics. Listen to this, right here.
Priorities are important.
That's what they'd rather do. Can't live without it. They'd rather drink than fuck.
No doubt about it.
Listen to this now. It's like a 2-minute song of them just talking about how they'd rather drink than fuck,
And they like to chop it up.
and they would really love to chop it up, right?
Hey, you've got the beer, we've got the time.
I mean, even the most seasoned of alcoholics would say to themselves, I would not rather drink than fuck.
Yeah.
But these guys are like, no, we've thought about it. And you know what we've decided? We'll stick with the booze, right? But they have that great. You can see I started the song in like a little bit there. It was 10 seconds in that I started it.
The intro is very nice.
Right. But that's not the actual intro. You haven't heard the intro yet.
Oh.
Because they take... they take...
He's freaking out.
I've been listening to this song for years, and it never stops being funny to me. What they do at the beginning of this song, okay?
Okay.
This is
Seeing you get giddy is like my favorite thing.
this is my favorite audio manipulation that's ever happened, ever. Now remember, you got the beer, we got the time, you got the Coke.
Give me a line.
Give me a line. This is how they start the song. You ready?
Yeah.
It just sounds like there's a guy outside your house that knows you have chop,
And he's running at you.
And he's screaming through the hallway.
It's got the Doppler effect of chop. It's the Choppler effect.
It's just
Give me a line, give me a line, give me a line, give me a line, give me a line.
a guy approaching.
They're coming!
It's getting closer. Give me a line. Give me a line.
Give him the line, somebody.
Do it. But it's like he's hauling ass your way. You got to give him some chop.
Come on.
You chop him up good.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You got the time.
You got the time. Got the Coke. Give him a line.
Hey, time kills, dude.
It makes me so happy every time. Every time I just hear a maniac on loop going, give me a line, give me a line, give me a line. It makes me so happy because it's so over the top fucking insane,
It's
man.
maniacal.
He wants it to chop so bad, dude. Listen, what do you say? He wants it. He wants it. Help him out.
Well, I need it. That's great.
I can't deal with how happy it makes me. It's so insane. It's so over the top that they thought to do that. They're like, what if, how should we...
What if there were Coke zombies in a high school running down the halls?
I know. Just give it, not may I, no, like, give it to me. Give me the line.
Not is there?
No.
Not where is it?
Give me a line. Give me a line. You're just a fucking psychopath. It makes me, Aaron, it makes me really, really happy.
And you know what? I like seeing you when you're happy.
Is that the sort of thing you like?
It's something I could be interested in, yeah.
No, something we have been talking about on the show before. We've talked about the Sopranos thing.
Oh,
Can you, Matt? Can you set me off here? This is.
Do you want to kind of intro this?
Well, okay. So in this season of The Sopranos, there's the New York Mafia is at war with each other. There's kind of an internecine feud, and some of the lower level players are choosing sides. And the other people on the other side are saying, like, "Hey, no, you gotta give us the money.
Yeah.
You're kicking up to the wrong boss. Your boss is actually not the boss." So they take it out on the low rung players, which is like a thing you see, throughout The Sopranos, is that the people at the bottom always suffer the most, right? Even if they're gangsters, even if they're tough people. So
there's a hierarchy.
Yeah, and so one of the people shaking people down is one of the few women gangsters in the show, which is Lorraine Caluso.
Right.
And she is kicking up her money to Carmine Jr.
She should not be doing.
According to Phil Leotardo. Phil Leotardo is allied with Johnny Sack. And so she is shaking down a bar with her tough guy boyfriend, Boy Toy, and Phil Leotardo and his buddies come in while she is shaking down the bartender. And this is it.
Oh, God. So good.
Sorry, we're not open.
What, not open?
So now Phil walks in.
Phil, hey. I was just thinking about you. Those Islander tickets, right?
How about this humidity?
Hits her in the face.
Guys, please, whatever this is, shut up.
It's the bartender. Get told to shut up.
2 times you were told to kick up the fucking Johnny Sack. And what do, huh? You kick up a little Carmine?
Tape her.
She's getting taped to a chair.
Little Carmine, he was my father's friend. Billy, Joey, look. Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll pay you, okay? I'll do anything you want. I'll suck your cock, okay? All of you guys.
Suck our cock.
Yeah.
She any good?
No.
And what am I asking you for? You probably showed her how.
So he's saying to Lorraine's
shot.
boyfriend,
Who he's got on the floor, his boot is on his head.
Adios, you fucking
Any good?
skank.
So he does the thing where he puts the phone book in front of her chest and shoots, knowing that it won't go through the full phone book, so it's just a warning or whatever.
Look at this, Joey. Today's a lucky day. Only made it to the R's. Next time. There'll be no next time. Come on.
How about this humidity? Slap!
I'll suck your cock! All you guys!
Suck our
Suck
cock.
our cocks!
Yeah! And then he looks at her boyfriend, asks her, she any good? What am I asking you for? You probably showed her how.
Right.
That is some of the best 1-2. Oh, God, it's so good.
It's so insane.
I think for the funniest part for me is the how about this humidity?
Yeah. The island tickets are like small talk.
Yeah,
making fun of the small talk. Oh God. How about this humidity?
Slap. Man, what a great preamble to a slap.
I'll suck your cocks. All you guys. Suck our cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she was excited for that.
So she's desperate. She's gonna die. You know what I mean?
She got to kick up to Johnny Sack.
That's completely true, Aaron. She does.
There are rules for a reason, Lorraine.
Very excited about showing another thing that you and I have been talking about.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I think maybe you could help me out with sharing this clip from Manhunter.
Oh, God. Well, if you don't know, Manhunter is it's actually the first appearance of the character Hannibal Lecter on celluloid, on film.
Yes.
And
Directed by Michael Mann.
Michael Mann. Michael Mann is the creator-director of Miami Vice.
Director of Heat.
Oh, he's a great one. Some other, not so great things, but he's
Thief,
got
Public Enemies.
both. Thief is maybe the most Michael Mann movie ever. It has this great aesthetic of, neon lights, kind of like a lot of lights reflecting off of car hoods.
Yeah.
He's a master of, color palettes and whatnot.
And then Red Dragon was basically the remake of Manhunter. Manhunter was based on the book Red Dragon, but it was named Manhunter because nobody knew what this world was yet. So they thought Red Dragon would sound like a kung fu movie.
Right.
So they were like, okay, well, we have to call it Manhunter because it's about, profiling and catching serial killers.
Right.
Right. So they named it Manhunter. And you got Brian Cox playing Hannibal Lecter, and just he's way more evil. He's not sympathetic, at all like Anthony Hopkins. He's not.
He's not the super charismatic. He's just straight up mean and bad.
Yeah, he's pure evil.
Yeah,
but also still funny and thoughtful.
Yes,
and
he
great.
nails the role. I mean, if Anthony Hopkins never came around, he made a just fine Hannibal Lecter.
Right, but I really like this thing where the scene where the guy who's Will Graham, who's profiling the serial killer, trying to catch him, and he'll go and visit Dr. Lecter.
Yeah, I need your help.
He's like he's staying up all night.
Yeah.
The killer only kills on the full moon.
Yeah. He's got a pattern.
And his boss is Dennis Farina, who's a Chicago guy. He talks like this. Dennis Farina used to be a Chicago cop, and he would give Michael Mann all these stories, real crime stories that Michael Mann would base his movies and TV shows on. And then it was like Dennis Farina, this former cop, became a big screen actor that was like in Snatch. And
Get Shorty?
Yeah, Midnight Run. Entire film career just based on his connection to Michael Mann. Yeah. So Will Graham's character is still staying up, watching these home videos of this family
who had just been murdered,
and he's trying to figure out how the killer is choosing the families that he slaughters. And Dennis Farina is kind of the pragmatic cop, and they're trying to figure all this out on the night of a full moon when another murder should be happening.
Right. Farina wants, let's move on. Let's focus on the next one.
Right.
And Special Agent Graham he's nigh obsessed.
Yes. Because he is retired from crime fighting.
Because he was
psychologically damaged by catching Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter stabbed him, and he then went nutso for it. He retired, and they called him back for this one case because it's eluding all of the other experts.
That classic.
It's a great. I mean, it is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fantastic.
And so here they are.
So they're sitting there, and Will's watching the home movies of these families that have been murdered, and
he's talking to himself,
and he's kind of talking to himself, but kind of talking to his boss, Dennis Farina, played by Dennis Farina, and this is it. The Chicago voice is Dennis Farina, obviously,
but he doesn't take anything. There's no souvenirs taken from the houses. He needs souvenirs or trophies to relive the event. Maybe he records it somehow, so he could see himself accepted over and over and over again.
VTRs, Polaroids, stills, what?
How do I know? How does he find them? We find out how he found them, we'll find him.
There is no connection between the two families. We've done a dozen computers.
Jack. All the women have a bloom on them. He didn't win them in a lottery. He picked these women. There's selection and design in his choices.
Look, admit we struck out this month. The Lear jet is standing by. The basic lab stuff is on it. You, Zeller, Jimmy Price, a photographer. Anywhere he hits, we can be there in an hour and 15 minutes. We get the call, we roll. The scene will be fresh, fresher than we've ever had.
It's not over yet.
Oh, for Christ's sake, it's a foregone conclusion. It's 11:30 p.m. The full moon is happening tonight. Give it up. Forget this month. It's too damn late.
I gave it up. Till you showed up with pictures of 2 dead families, knowing goddamn well that I'd imagine families 3, 4, 5, and 6, right?
You're fucking right, I did, and I do it again!
But don't talk to me about late, pal. I'll tell you when it's too fucking late. Until then, we go as late as I want to take it.
The Learjet's fueled up.
We got the fucking Learjet. I gave the guy at the fingerprint lab an 8-ball of coke. He's gonna be chopped up all night.
He's dusting for fingerprints with the chop.
You gotta get the fingerprints off the guy's gums so you can get. The Learjet's
they're serving tilapia ceviche on the plane. We'll have a hell of a time before the next full moon. Come on, Will.
What's your plan? It's a foregone conclusion. He's gonna chop up a whole family. We'll find him. We'll fucking smell the guy on him. Who gives a fuck?
He's making the family Johnson ceviche. We'll have our own on the plane.
Shrimp cocktails, fucking an 8-ball of chop for the fucking DNA lab. Who gives a fuck?
It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, we'll have a fucking whole fresh pile of evidence. I don't understand what your problem is.
You've changed.
You want to catch the guy or not? So it's been like months of me and Aaron yelling this bullshit at each other, watching this. The Learjet's fueled up.
He never fly like a G6.
He never even says the Learjet's fueled up. The Learjet's on the tarmac. It's ready to fucking go. What the fuck is the full moon? He's chopping them up right now.
Mercury's in retrograde. It's a foregone conclusion.
He's chopping up the family. The fingerprint guy's chopping it up in the fucking lab.
And the chef in the back's chopping up the ceviche.
Shrimp cocktail coming down. The stewardess is bringing it. What do you
not
want?
Wearing any panties, Will? What do you want with that? It's so dumb.
The Learjet.
We'll have it fresher than we've ever had it. A la the ceviche.
For Christ, it's a foregone conclusion. They're all dead, pal.
I love it. It's 11:30 and it's a full moon.
It's a full moon. Let's fucking pack it up and go home.
He says the names of the guys. Johnny, Levine, they're all working on it. What is he? He name drops like 4 random guys.
It's like this is what. Stop trying to catch the killer before he slaughters a family of people. But I also
come on, Will. It's Friday.
Yeah, I know. He's like, we're gonna have a whole bunch of fucking fresh evidence. Don't you want to pour over all that shit? If we go into the fucking house, it's full of blood and guts. Maybe we'll fucking find something. Right now, we've got nothing.
This is paperwork. The Learjet.
The Learjet.
My favorite. And so in the movie...
This seemed fresher than we've ever had it.
So in Red Dragon, the Brett Ratner version of the movie, noted pervert, probably high functioning, it seems.
We made a movie.
Yeah, a couple of them. In Red Dragon, it's Harvey Keitel plays the Dennis Farina's character, and Edward Norton plays Will Graham.
Right.
And it shares a lot of the same, lines from the script and stuff. And I watched it recently, and like they get to this point where they're going over the tapes, and he's like, he wants him to take the souvenir. He must be recording them somehow. If we can find how he finds them, we'll find him. And then I'm like sitting there with bated breath, waiting for Harvey Keitel to be like, the Learjet's fueled up.
I know.
And then it just cuts, and guess where they are?
The Learjet.
They're on the fucking Learjet. No mention of it. There's no mention of the fucking full moon or nothing.
Ain't that a motherfucker?
I know. Some things can't be topped.
But the thing is that I could see Keitel doing it.
Oh my God, it'd be perfect.
The slowly
Learjet,
calculated.
The Learjet is fueled up. Ready to go.
We'll have this thing fresher than we've ever had it.
It's full moon. Wolves howl the full moons.
So, I check up on the teak on the reg.
Yes.
I check up on the teak on the reg.
You're the number one fan.
Yeah.
You're the curator of the Yelp page, right?
The
subreddit.
I check on it so often because I got a lot invested in this.
Yeah.
This saga as it continues forward.
John changed his phone number to 867-530-NUTLOAD.
I don't know, I can't stop. But then I'm like, a Studs Theater, the West Side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
they're like They're like the friendly face of porno theater.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
know what I
just,
mean?
you know, studs. You're like, oh,
Right,
It's a little more showbiz.
Yeah, well, they got like 3 rooms or theaters, and one of them does straight shit and stuff. Straight.
And stud implies that there's some good-looking folks there.
So
Sure.
So the also the owner of Studs Theater like answers all of the complaints on Yelp, which is great. And it's just like, yeah, you can come here and fucking do whatever. And like some of the, like, there'll be questions on the Yelp of because Studs is like mainly like gay, right? It's like 3 rooms, Studs,
Yeah, for homosexuals and Frenchmen.
right, exactly.
West Hollywood.
Yeah, and some people will be like, can you go there and change?
It makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
Everybody's changed once they come here.
Can you get naked is a question on their Yelp thing and stuff like that. And then when it's like something super obvious like that, the owner won't answer.
Right.
But if it's something more like miscellaneous, like I went here and I have a good time, blah, 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 then he'll be like, well, actually, blah, 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 like maybe like you don't look so good and you're not that attractive and you didn't get laid for that reason. It's really funny. It's really shitty.
It's called Studs for a reason.
Have you tried being a stud?
Yeah. So 5-star review from Tracy A.
Oh,
hi, Tracy.
Who I believe is trans based on my haunting of her.
Did you do some deep detective dives?
Yeah.
Good for her.
So Tracy A's review of Studs Theater goes, okay. So I used to go here a lot and do things. This is a sleazy haunt, but when you're in the mood, there's nothing like it. I'm a slut, you say? Yeah, I know. And your point is?
That was the whole review?
That's the review. That's the review
Oh my God.
of Studs Theater.
She's having like an imaginary shower argument.
Yeah.
And your point is?
I'm a slut, you say? I used to go here and do things. Clear as throat is written. Yeah, it's written. So,
But you have to clear your throat after the things you do there.
so Tracy, I guess, is mainly
does Thai restaurants.
mainly does well. That's the great thing about these. Like, they're always reviewing like Tracy would review like Dunkin' Donuts and be like, "Oh my god, I love Dunkin' Donuts," but then also it'll be like, Tracy,
I'm a slut, you say?
I love coffee. Clears throat.
Yeah. So Tracy, I guess, mainly is Vegas. So I went to Tracy's page and Tracy reviews action adult books. And Tracy says, I have had many hot hours here engaging in gay sex with strange men through various glory holes.
Cool.
Nice.
I love to take off my shirt and pull down my shorts, no underwear, in order to show off my body to voyeurs in the adjoining booths who are watching me pleasure myself. It is a total turn on to have an excited man insert himself through the holes for me to satisfy him. I love pleasuring as many men as I can in one night to relieve their sexual tension so they can go home relaxed and happy. If they bring their girlfriend, she can watch too. It starts with a 25-cent entry fee into the shop. Next, to buy $5 worth of arcade tokens at the counter.
Wait.
Why
25 cents to get in?
25 cents to just be there.
Yeah.
Because
I don't have a quarter.
Well, it's like
Can I borrow a dime?
you gotta put a quarter in a shopping cart, you know, and then get it back just to prove you're not a vagrant.
I cruised a little to view all the naked bodies on the vast selection of DVDs and bargain videos. Then I wander into the arcade area and find an empty booth where I can begin viewing hot porn on the screens. I press the selector button until I come to a good gay video. Now for the most fun part. I pull my t-shirt up and off, and my shirt's down to my ankles while I peer through the glory holes to see if there's any prospective partners.
I love the this is quality writing here.
Dude, this is multiple paragraphs. This is a deep-ass fucking review.
This is a review of Tracy, not of...
This is a review of action adult books by Tracy
but
A.
it's really of Tracy.
Yes, oh yeah. Every night I have ever come to this arcade. It's an arcade.
They're called video arcades.
What Nickelodeon was taking?
Yeah. There has been action.
Nice.
Of course, some nights are busier than others, but it's always a hot experience to camp out in the arcade for hours.
Ooh.
Getting up every 10 to 20 minutes to enter a different booth to look for fresh men who want to be serviced. Some nights I even surprise the guy in the next booth by inserting myself through his glory hole so he can have fun satisfying me. If it is a night when I am particularly in need, I'll stay for hours and pleasure up to a dozen men.
Wow.
So much.
That's great.
Well, it's a night out.
A dozen?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe a baker's dozen?
Wow. If two guys agree to it, one can back up to the glory hole and get what he wants in that way, too.
Butt fucking.
I have done this with versatility, but I most enjoy being oral and making a man feel very good before he goes home to his wife, whom, if she knew he was doing this, would probably divorce him. I think maybe.
But she can watch if she wants.
She can also watch.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
There are gay men, of course, but there are also a lot of secretly gay or bi-curious men who frequent this hidden gold mine of random gay sex. They always leave satisfied after they have enjoyed what I do for them.
Aww.
No kidding.
Clear
are you saying that after these men have a fucking like a climax of pleasure that they leave satisfied? That's crazy.
It's a hell of a bookstore.
A very hot place for locals and tourists, too. There are about 12 booths in the arcade, 6 on each side of the aisle. 8 booths have 2 glory holes, while the 4 on the ends have 1. That's a fucking ton of glory holes, dude.
A whole lineup.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Do you think they all line up to like, they're like perfectly level? You can just,
like a human centipede level?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know that?
Oftentimes, the place is so busy, one can hardly maneuver around to find a booth. On those nights, once you find an empty booth, it's best to stay put.
You don't want to lose your spot.
You don't. Because you're trying to pleasure up to 12 guys a day.
Yeah, they're not going to pleasure themselves.
No. I just drop my shorts, sit back, relax, watch videos, and keep an eye out for someone in the next booth who wants me to pleasure him before he leaves for the evening. I love to oblige, and I love this hot place.
Oh.
That's great.
Isn't that nice?
You know, I like when people find what they like.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it so great?
Yeah.
Like,
what does she say about Arby's?
Does she have any advice though? Like, bring water because you get dehydrated. Like this.
No, there's really none of that.
No.
There's none of that. But I mean, shit, man. Like,
she's a good writer.
Yeah. She really is.
She drew me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not like, this used to be my favorite place. Now it's a Walgreens. Bottom line,
I knocked
my
into him
bisexuals.
by accident. Knocked into him by accident. AXADNT.
Oh, God.
That
sounds like
was Boo B. Big sexual.
Oh, okay.
I am big sexual. God damn it, man.
At least they're honest.
Jenny J also reviewed Studs. Well, she's a straight woman.
Yeah, right.
And so Studs got. I really do believe so, because Studs gets 2 stars. She said, I heard they played straight porn in the little theater, but no such luck. Anyone want to know where you can watch straight porn with others, not in some single box? She doesn't like the glory hole.
Right, she wants to. She's part of the community.
No, but she does like the glory hole thing. So what the fuck?
Well, maybe she wants a little bit of. Maybe she wants to enjoy. But hey, why not both?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
You're right.
Sometimes you feel like nutting.
Right.
Tracy has fucking 117 reviews.
Oh, pick another one for us. Come on, John.
like the Queen Mary, she reviews.
Oh,
wow.
Is there a glory hole in the boiler room?
No,
doesn't have to be a hole.
Hey.
But like sometimes it's like the breakfast bar. This place sucks. You know, like sometimes.
Speaking of sucking, come on down to Studs.
No glory hole. Will not go back.
She's got a review of Harvard. The guy swear.
University?
I love Harvard. I attended here before I left for Columbia U. Not because I didn't like it, but because we moved to New York. Totally cool school. Oh, Harvard. It's totally cool school.
Like someone's like, can I go to Harvard? Well, let's check the Yelp reviews.
Conservative enough to be dignified Ivy, but liberal enough to avoid being staunchy or stuffy. Want a well-rounded and well-respected education? Go east, young man, and women.
And non-binary folks.
Panda Express. she really fought like a 4-star Panda Express. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Dillard's 5 stars. Dunkin' Donuts 5 stars. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Yummy donuts and friendly service. I'd crawl across the desert for a pink cruller. Of course, I live in the desert, so I wouldn't have to crawl very far. But that's not the point.
we gotta get her on.
Tracy A, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God, Red Lobster, Chili's. I'm talking every shithole.
I always like
99-cent store.
Ah, beautiful.
Food for Less, Albertsons, fucking Jack in the Box, Church's Chicken, everything. Joe's Crab Shack.
So, there was this this old lady would write like in her local newspaper. She wrote a review of like a local Olive Garden that popped up, and she got a lot of shit for it on the internet because she's an old lady and she wrote a review of the Olive Garden. But Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace.
Oh, Anthony Bourdain, we lost this week.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I mean, definitely worthy of a profile. This guy had a hell of a life, and that one hit me a little bit.
Yeah, it was devastating.
Yeah,
it was devastating for a lot of people. I really could see how hard it bummed people out.
Yeah, Jeff May and I worked with that guy like every day for 2 months on a TV show, and like he was as cool, if not cooler than he seems.
Really?
Like super fucking humble and
one of these guys that like he treated everything as if not if it was a joke, but if it was real and honest. And he would everywhere he traveled, he would meet eccentric people.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like what a goof there. He was just like, oh, you're just a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He treated everybody as if they knew something he didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It's weird to see somebody that is kind of famous, but has evolved beyond the taint of fame.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, how fame can corrupt you,
Yeah.
and still stay a humble person.
Yeah.
And not feel any kind of superiority.
Yeah.
That's very, very rare, I think.
Yeah, he was a special dude. But he saw this lady's review and published a book for her of all her reviews because he thought that like her, normal person reviews of everyday places are just as valid, and I think she's got something here. And he published a book of all her reviews of local restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Yeah.
Damn.
He did shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Tony B.
I think that's one of those things where it's like there's so many people out there who just like, you're like, it's easy to make fun of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
because they're slightly different.
Right.
But you can just accept them.
Yeah.
Because they're not causing any harm.
Right.
And I think that's something that he really embraced, and it's always nice to see that.
Yeah. I really think that so many people were inspired by him in just a vast amount of different ways.
You know how many people say, like, when you ask them what their dream job is, and they go, I'd be Tony Bourdain.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, the guy won a Peabody Award for Parts Unknown. Like, it was so much more than just a...
Well, his episode where he goes to Palestine was amazing. I think he won an award for that, too.
Yeah.
Also, he did heroin. So
a lot, and coke, and all sorts of shit. And
he tried it out.
He did try it out. He made life his bitch.
Sorry.
Oh, hey.
Hey, hi.
We're burning some time while John loads up the next.
No, so here's the thing: is
here's a deal, man.
Here's the thing: is I've been looking for this porn clip to do on the media show, and I don't know if I'm ever going to find it. So I really just want to talk about it with you guys because it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you've talked to us about it a little bit, and it's been kind of.
But it's just like it's staged. It's not real porn or anything like that. But I was doing the usual thing where I was looking for porn or whatever, and
the usual.
The usual thing that you do. And I came across this thing, and I don't know how I didn't keep it, but I didn't. And
because you were looking at porn.
Yeah, but I really paused in time to be like, I'm not even watching this for porn anymore. This is just one of the most funny things I've ever seen in my life. And who made this? And like blah blah blah. And somehow it got away from me. But the thing starts out, and like I said, it's staged. It's not real. This porn clip where this tall brunette woman is walking down the street, clothed, and she has just like a full load of nut on her face.
Oh, right.
A full load of nut.
She's got a full load of nut on her face. And she's walking down the street, and she looks kind of like, this is cool, like everything's chill. She just looks like, well, it's cool, she's got this like look. She's walking down the street. And she's walking down. She's like, and she like runs into two friends, of course, and
male friends.
Oh no, like a couple.
Nice.
A guy and a girl. Yeah, very nice. And and they're like, hey, fucking, how are you? And she's like, oh, I'm good. How are you guys doing? And they're like, good. I think you might have something like on your. And she's like, oh, this is nothing. Don't worry about it. And they're like, okay. And she's like, oh, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye. And like you just see like the camera stays on the friends looking back like, what the fuck? Because she's a full nut load on her face.
Yeah, she has a full load of nuts.
Yes. Her face is covered in shit.
New haircut?
But I mean, like when she says like, oh,
this,
she like rolls her eyes. She's like, there's nothing. Don't worry about
this
it.
right? This little
And
guy
she
right
continues on walking down her way.
Emperor wears no nut.
And she runs into another friend, some dude or whatever, and she's like, hey, what's going on? How are you? And he's like, oh, I'm good. He's like, hey, it seems like it looks like you have some. And she's like, oh, this, don't worry about it. It's nothing.
It's called the Emperor's New Load.
There it is. Okay.
But she's just like, this is funny, and she's like this like smirk on her face the whole time, which I'm like dying over. And then what you see is the whole time she's been walking to her therapist, which she's seeing for sex addiction.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes.
Well, that's fresh.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she obviously has a problem. She's got nut all over her face.
And she's fine with it.
So she comes in and she's like, hey. And the therapist is a man, of course. And he's behind the desk and he's like, what the fuck? What? The Lear jet.
Your nuts, your face is
like,
full of nuts.
You got your face. So he's like, what the? Like, she's obviously mad. She's not taking the therapy seriously.
Clearly it's not working.
It's not working.
So what does he do? He has sex with her.
He's got to teach her a lesson. He's got to fuck it out, but you can't do that because that's actually indulging the addiction.
Wow.
Yeah, that breaks the code.
Yeah, and like the whole time she's just like, this is cool. I don't know. Like, it's like, why she's so casual about it that you're like, lady, you obviously enjoy this. Why are you being treated for sex addiction?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it might be getting in the way of her relationships, but
exposure therapy.
Yeah, but I mean, she's
like when like your dad catches you smoking a cigarette or something, and makes you smoke a whole pack.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with nut.
Yeah. It was, So I mean, like, I was just like, I am so in love with this. If anybody out there listening can find this clip, please send it so we can play it on the show because it's really one of the most insanely plotted. Like, who thought of that?
Right, but isn't that? Aren't there a series of these? There's always some video of like, it's like someone walking around naked.
No, but those are real. So then that's the thing is that I got to go to Google to find my favorite porn clip to share with my friends Matt Brousseau and Aaron Pita.
Right. Is that what you typed in?
I have to type in girl walking down the street with cum on face, so then I just get all these real women with cum on their face walking through the mall.
Oh, yeah.
A girl walks alone at night.
So seriously, I'm like going through all these things that are real. And I'm like, no, this is staged. This is funny. But I'm Aaron, page after page after page of that. I mean, do you know how many women are walking around with nut on their face? It's insane.
Pages,
who knew?
Binders full.
I get through one, and it's like one of them, like now I'm on page 5 of Pornhub. Still no results. I mean, there's results.
Have you tried Bing?
No, I haven't.
You gotta try Bing.
Try Bing.
It's the much better porn search engine than Google.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
not all stuffy.
Yeah.
Not all the rules.
Yeah. You gotta go to Bada Bing.
Have you? Hey, she was a hooer.
Suck her cocks.
So, let's crowdsource this here. So it's staged. It's scripted.
Staged, yeah.
It's not your public disgrace.
Yeah.
It's
right.
It's something more.
I thought the therapist was Kyle Stone, this porn actor, Kyle Stone.
Oh yeah,
Kyle Stone. So not Evan Stone,
No.
Kyle Stone.
Uh-huh.
So I started tweeting at him, and I was like, "Hey man, did you ever do this scene where like you're a sex therapist and you're so mad?" So I'm like writing in this, and he's like, "No, thanks for enjoying my work though." I'm like, "God damn it, you motherfucker!" So I'm like, and this is like public tweeting. I'm not even messaging the guy. So I have all these tweets to this guy being like, do you remember when this girl comes in, she's got a nut in her face? You're so pissed, dude. So you got to punish her, obviously. You know what I mean?
And you just have pages and pages of tweets. You got to print them out and bring it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. We got to find that.
It wasn't European?
No.
I was gonna say, did you recognize any landmarks?
But also, me and Aaron will talk sometimes about how we like porn stars as
pop culture,
pop stars.
Yes.
We're just like, oh, she's so funny, or she's so cute,
Yeah.
or like, you know what I mean? Like it's not just like this thing of like, she's got this disgusting thing, whatever, you know. Like we really like have, you know, like pop star crushes on these girls.
Yes.
And this girl I have such a crush on because she has such a cavalier attitude about walking down the street with none on her face, and she's just like,
yeah, like,
oh, what this?
You got to imagine
this
like. You know, when you have sex as a normal civilian, right? Like
yeah,
how,
not a high functioning pervert.
Right. Well, I mean, even I'm a high functioning pervert, but I don't have the
wherewithal,
the presence of mind that some of these actors and actresses have. You know, like to really perform sexually and do the things these young ladies and men are doing, and then maintain a narrative or a straight face, while covered in nut.
Yeah.
It's something else. Like
it really is. I respected this woman so much for her.
It's like spinning plates, man.
Dude, her comedic timing in this. I mean, like, this is nothing.
That's nothing.
Well, that's like the Globetrotters walking down the street spinning a basketball.
Yeah,
it's just what they know.
Yeah, it really. It's. I mean, I was just like, God, I've never seen this girl before or since or anything. I was just like so in love. I was so in love. But so I went on this crusade. I mean, I've been talking about this for weeks with you guys.
Crusades have changed a lot.
They really have. I've gone on this crusade. So I'm shaking down this porno man on Twitter, right? I'm fucking Googling and Pornhubbing like all over the place trying to find this fucking thing, right? I hit up my buddy Bill Flint back in Fort Myers, Florida, because he's like a kind of
noted pervert.
No, he's,
okay.
but he's he like one time I was trying to find this horror movie from Germany, 1983, and it was never released on DVD. Yes. And it was I just read about it, and it was noted for its extreme brutality. And I heard that it was so shocking.
Germany, you say?
And yeah. And I was like, Bill, man, I've been looking for this horror movie forever. It's called Angst. Right?
Angst.
And I was like, angst, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I just heard it's so fucked up, and like it's so fucked up that they won't even like do it on DVD. And I was like, but I can't find it anywhere, man. And he like brought it in for me burned the next day, like crystal clear, high def. You know what I mean? And like I got to watch this movie, and it was pretty fucked up. But so I go to Bill, and I'm like, you're kind of internet whisperer. And I was like, I'm looking for this thing. I don't know anybody that's in it. I think it might be Kyle Stone. It might not be Kyle Stone. But here's the deal, man. And here's the deal, man. I'm looking for hardcore guys. And he's like, he brings me some other shit. He's like, here's this thing. He's like, you know, if you figure out, you know, like you can search porn star, like all these different websites and stuff. And in the midst of that, he's also like, while searching for your porn clip, I found this thing, the Patreon only episode about the horse fucker.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's where he came up with that, right? But so then I take it to Reddit. Mm-hmm. And I'm still not getting anything. But
wait, what was the subreddit you were looking at?
I went to I think it's like a WTF porn.
Oh, okay.
There's also a tip of my penis.
Tip of the penis. Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Tip of my penis. I posted in that too. Yeah. And I haven't heard anything. But so in one of those things, I got like one of the the weirdest porn intros ever, and it's this one. It's young and old. Right? It's Do you know this one?
No, but I know the concept.
You know the concept of young and old. Never good.
No.
Right? But
nope.
These people are not English speakers, but of course they insist on speaking English, Aaron. And here's what happens here is I'm going to show you.
I like the music.
This guy's you see this bicycle here? Old and young.
The music's great.
Yes.
And this old man.
Old.
See, look, how old is he? Very old, right? And you looking at him? You see he's inspecting this bicycle?
Huh.
Everything seems to be pretty good. He's spinning the wheel. This is a bicycle hanging from the ceiling. And he's moving the back wheel, and he's like, oh, it seems to be moving in conjunction with the pedals of the bicycle.
Total pro.
You know?
Oh my god, this guy looks like Dracula.
Yeah, he looks really fucked up, right? Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
He's old as fuck. And he's just old as fuck. And now he's still testing it out. He's got his hand on the seat like a pervert.
Yeah.
And it's all from the waist up.
Yeah. And he's got a vest on, white pants. And now, hold on. It's open. Who's coming in? I bet you anything it's somebody young.
Wow, this guitar is going off right
Yeah.
This is Gary Clark Jr. This is great.
Oh, it's this young girl.
Hello, sir. I come from my bike.
I come up for my bike.
Is this your bike?
This is your bike?
now. It's a good bike.
He is ready.
It's ready.
He is ready.
No problems.
No problem. Shit.
Look at the fucking thing spins and everything.
Look at yourself.
Look at yourself.
The Dutch.
Oh, now he's looking at her ass.
Yeah.
Because she's
weird
inspecting
face.
the bicycle and he's perving on her because he's an old
Yeah,
creep.
oh, he's looking up her skirt.
She's checking the seat. He's checking the seat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he's
Oh,
getting
now
up.
he's getting up. Now he's up and at him.
Oh, he's got back problems too.
Yeah, he's having a lot of trouble.
Sciatica's acting up.
Yes.
Well,
He's,
let me
he's
get
showing her.
behind you.
He's pointing to the bike, but he's still looking at her rear end.
She's a very she's okay with the close nature of this.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh,
He grabs her
he
ass.
grabs her butt.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, girl.
Oh.
No.
To pay here for?
You ask no money.
You ask no money.
You are old man.
You're old man.
Yeah, that's both true.
What? No money? Here. Suck a cock.
Suck a cock.
Yes. Suck a cock.
Okay.
Suck our cocks.
Suck a cock. Suck a cock. Yes.
Yeah. Suck our cock. Yes. I couldn't wait to show you that. I couldn't wait to show you. Sucker. No money. Suck a cock. Suck a cock? Yes.
It's wow.
Suck a cock.
Art imitates
Suck our cocks.
art imitates art.
She good. Why ask you?
Why asking you? You probably showed her how.
John, it's very stupid.
That's very
Suck a cock. What cock? Probably his.
A cock.
A cock. Suck a cock.
The closest one around.
God.
Mine.
Isn't that brutal?
Yeah, don't go to a bike shop where they don't ask for money.
Yeah, you said no money. No money? Why did you say no money? You didn't say suck a cock. How much? Suck a cock?
You know, I'm looking at your pricing right now and seeing no money, but I don't see suck a cock on here.
Yeah.
Read fine print.
It's in poorly written English?
Money or suck a cock?
We reserve right to suck a cock.
Customer's always right.
No shoes, no shirt, and suck a cock.
Dude. Like, who writes that? Who writes that?
Dirty Europeans.
You know about the fucking lemon stealing whores?
Oh,
You know about that? You do, right?
Go on.
Well, you know James Dean? Not the James Dean,
Porn.
but
The porn actor.
porno
He
James
went to
Dean.
my rival high school.
Oh,
He went to the
congratulations.
same high school as Chris D'Elia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing
Wow. Yeah, he
Lagniatta High School, shout out.
it's just, I mean, it's kind of like Reddit famous, but it's like there's this setup to
Lemon stealing hooas.
it's really just reaching for
Yeah.
a plot.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do? You're in California. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
Life gives you lemons, you have some whores steal them.
Mm-hmm. Then you have sex.
Right. So this is
Somewhat consensually.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that our lemon tree finally grew.
Pause,
And
please.
sprouted fruitful lemons.
That is lesson number 1 that they teach you, like in improv or sketch class, is like, don't start out with, I'm so glad. That's always like the intro to a no plot thing. Is, oh, I'm so glad we're here in the airport. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we took our dog. Oh,
yeah, but you're not gonna be glad because
who says glad ever?
I'm so glad that I'm so glad that my bicycle works properly.
I'm so glad that the Lear jet is ready to go.
Lemony lemons.
Lemony lemons.
Me too. I mean, imagine. We can
Oh,
make
that girl's
lemonade.
dead now.
Key
Is she
lemon
really?
Yeah.
pie.
Oh, it's
Lemon
Haley.
meringue
Key lemon pie.
I think
Did
it's
he
the
just
most
say key
valuable
lemon pie?
property that we have.
Oh boy.
I do agree. I think we should go to the bank and get a loan. Actually, I think we should just get lemon tree insurance.
I think you're right.
And then get a loan and use the lemon tree as collateral because it is now insured. I truly do love our lemon tree.
Just imagine a life full of lemon trees.
I know, and all our beautiful lemons.
Oh no.
Endless possibilities. They're so beautiful.
Are they playing this?
I wish I was.
Because you see, there's a woman with a bikini stuffing lemons in her bikini, or in her bathing suit.
Oh,
How
that'll
do they
ruin
get
the
the
lemon
rights
market.
to this song?
So I only hope that the whores aren't stealing our lemons.
The whores?
The whores aren't stealing
Naughty whores always steal lemons.
We do have a couple lemon whores in this community.
We have a couple of lemon
Damn
whores.
lemon stealing whores.
Because no one will take our prized lemons from us.
Hey, has it been about 10 seconds since we looked at our lemon tree?
It has been about 10
This is all on
seconds till we
YouTube.
looked at our lemon tree.
Hey, what the fuck?
Look to your right. They see the horse stealing the lemons.
Oh, they were talking about it. Then she showed up.
Yeah, that's good writing.
That's the premise.
What happens next?
Well, I bet they.
fuck the lemons.
Don't be obtuse, Aaron.
Yeah.
They fucked the lemons.
They fuck the lemons, yeah.
Yeah. No, the horse starts a lemonade stand.
She gets lemon tree insurance.
Yeah. There's
We'll
a long,
use the lemons as collateral.
there's a lengthy legal battle.
Well, they invent key lemon pie, apparently.
We'll keep the lemons in a safe place.
We'll make a list.
We'll make a list of who.
There's so many whores out here.
We do have a few lemon stealing horse.
Maybe we shouldn't have grown these lemon trees next to the lemon stealing whores.
A lemon stealing horse is great. I love it.
Was it Haley Reid? All right.
It was no. I'm looking up something else
Oh,
because
okay.
I want to.
That's a new one, Haley Reid.
No, her name is Kay. That she is dead though. She did die.
Yeah.
Hey, did I?
It's not always a good community.
Did I tell you guys about this Dutch company that made actual piss beer?
Aaron,
No.
the fact that you haven't told us is a disservice to all of us.
Yeah, they made this piss beer. It's called Pissner.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking motherfucker. Pissner. Of course.
Yeah, it's a Pissner. It looks,
course
it
it's a
looks
Pissner.
great. I got a picture of the bottles here and everything. It's actually they didn't use piss to brew the beer. They did not. Although that would have been awesome. They collected piss from 50,000 festival goers.
What, are they trying to create phosphorus?
No. Good callback though.
Listen to Pedro.
They collected the urine from about 50,000 festival goers from the Roskilde, which is Northern Europe's largest music festival.
Oh, God.
So they collected all the pee.
That piss is full of...
Molly, and who knows?
If you drink it, you get some of it back.
Yeah. Kicks it up a notch.
50% of you chop back.
John, it kicks it up a notch. So the waste was collected from Roskilde, which is Northern Europe's largest music festival, 2 years ago. And they used the they did a process called beer cycling. And
the cycle of piss we've been talking about our whole lives.
Yeah.
They used the human waste as fertilizer on fields of barley, as opposed to using like chemical fertilizer or
Smart.
Like animal manure.
Yeah.
And so they fed the piss to the barley and the wheat. Mm-hmm. And
the barley and the wheat was like, yeah, Daddy, yeah.
Piss on me. Yeah. Piss on me. Beat me. Mill me. Yeah. Dry me out.
Yeah, Daddy, yeah.
They came up with the idea for what could be the ultimate sustainable hipster beer. The concept has been called beer cycling. 50,000 liters were collected from that festival that year. It was enough to make 60,000 bottles of piss beer.
Wow. And forget your Sam Adams summer ale.
Yeah.
And it was over a 10-day event. And there's a machine that actually turns urine into beer. That already exists.
Alchemy.
Then that's from Belgian scientists. They use It turns the piss into drinkable water and fertilizer using solar energy. And I don't know if I want to try it. But it is.
You do.
I do want to try it out. I mean, the pictures, just like the pictures in this article are like bottles of Pissner, like on the assembly line.
Oh God!
And then it's just a bunch of urinals at a festival. There's not a lot to this article, but it's called.
I hope they sell that beer at the festival
It's
the
on
next
the
year.
BBC. There's a new beer made with human urine from a Danish music festival.
Nice.
Amazing. I want to show you this thing. This guy commented on the Patreon. If you subscribe to the Patreon, we have other content. The first episode, Aaron talks about Bill Den's bogus journey, beat for beat. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you. That's one of my favorite things to do.
That's great.
And I did the Killing of America episode, which is like
another great episode,
shockumentary thing. And this guy, a Patreon subscriber, Vinko Kerr Harris.
Yes.
He comments with a thing with a clip from this police educational video, which is called "Surviving Edged Weapons."
Yes.
Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, the whole movie is an hour and a half of surviving edged weapons, and it's like telling you. It turns out knives are dangerous.
What?
Yeah,
that's the whole point. That's the whole point of telling you. It's like you might not think that like a sword or a knife will kill you, but it will. They take an hour and a half, and they have some fucking maniac cop interspersed in there, and he's so intense. He's just a fucking lunatic. So this guy isolated this one clip of this maniacal cop talking. Vinko Kerr Harris.
In my mind, I'm never going to die in no ghetto.
No?
Absolutely never. If a man turns around and punches me in the head, the fight's on. If he cuts me, the fight's on. If I'm shot, the fight is on. I'm not losing no fight to no scumbag out there in no ghetto. Period. That's it.
End of story.
No son of a bitch out there is going to get me. The only way he gets me is cut my head off. I mean that.
I mean that.
Edged weapons will do that.
He's so mad.
I'm not gonna die in no ghetto. Dude.
Why do you have to die in a ghetto?
Yeah.
Most people die a mile from their house.
I know.
Yeah, most people die of heart disease.
No son of a bitch in no ghetto is gonna fucking kill. If a guy punches me, the fight's on. If he stabs me, the fight is
shoots me. Fight's on. You gotta cut my fucking head off like a Highlander.
If a guy beats me or pisses on me, the fight is on.
I'll give him at least a key. One thing about this piss beer is that one of like the festival goers was like, if it even tasted remotely like urine, I'd put it down. And in my head, I read it like, if it even tastes remotely like urine, I'll put it down.
I'm throwing it down.
I'm putting that one down, baby. It only has.
If I get a whisper of human urine, I'm gonna put it down, bro.
He knows me.
I'll put it down, bro.
I don't know why they waste the time putting it in bottles. It's free in these urinals.
Just put the urinal into my mouth. What I want to say, what I love about that clip, the intensity of that guy, but that music is amazing.
It's so uplifting.
Yeah.
Great.
Like we're supposed to be like cheerful at the end of
that.
Like there's a waving American flag or KKK flag in the background.
Dude, and they seriously,
I'm not gonna die, no ghetto.
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I think it was here.
Did you watch the surviving at the beginning of it?
No.
They begin it like 2001. It's caveman. Caveman.
No,
I'm not joking.
With edge weapons?
Throwing up a bone that turns into a samurai sword.
They don't throw it up; you just get shivved with it. It's seriously caveman.
No,
Aaron, I promise.
No.
I promise they begin it with. Here's the beginning of edged weapons, and you see two guys in like the shittiest caveman makeup you've ever seen in your life. Like and one of them has a knife, and it's like, oh, it turns out the guy with the knife had the upper hand, and it's like, oh, really? No, you're kidding.
And then James Burke comes in and slashes him with a sword.
Yeah, and like the whole thing of the surviving edged weapons, it seems to be like you'd never think anybody would be as indignified as to assault you with an edged weapon, but they will.
Is there an edge on this?
Like human beings have for thousands of years.
I'm more of a club guy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
that fucking insane?
I like blunt force.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Oh, fucking son of a bitch in no ghettos.
I'm not gonna die in no ghetto. Period. Full stop.
I don't care. I don't care.
End of story. I'm dying of heart disease like an American.
Yeah. He's so intense, dude. He's so intense. And this is like a four cops movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I think they're like, oh, it doesn't need to be good. But instead, they just make it a completely paranoid fantasy, insane thing.
God.
And they interview people that have been stabbed. They're like, I didn't see the guy had a knife, but he did.
And I felt it.
You're like, oh, you're kidding. And then like,
What are you gonna do, Stan?
yeah.
Oh, my buddy Chris, my buddy Chris Donaldson sent me this still of a local news program where it's like the headline is quote from stabbed man, and the quote is, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?"
He obviously didn't see the video.
It's like, because it's so indignified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You would never ever
stare your victim in the face.
You would never be so low as to
Give them the honor of a quick death.
intrude with a fucking edged weapon.
But also, don't give your assailant ideas.
I know. It is a complete power of suggestion. What are you going to do? Stab me? What, with your knife and all?
I mean, right here, my open underbelly.
Let's go, tough guy. Do your worst.
I'd like to see you try.
It's like, what are you going to do? Leave without incident? Come on.
Yeah, there's never been a news story that goes, quote from unstabbed man. What are you gonna do? Stab me? It's
that means the news was like, well, sir, what happened to you? Well, this guy came out with a knife, and I was like, what are you gonna do? Stab me?
Stab me?
And then he stabbed me.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I tried to calm him down.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, you were kind of asking. Hey.
No victim blaming here.
Can you believe he's still? Yeah. I mean, you kind of put it in his head, though.
Just give him a lease and a key.
Yeah.
Bring a friend.
Oh God.
Funny.
I think we're wrapped here.
Yeah.
On
I
this.
think we're wrapped.
Guys, I love you. Get in touch. Please follow the fucking Instagram. Profiles and Eccentricity on Instagram.
Go to Patreon.
Patreon.com/profiles and eccentricity.
There's a lot of cool shit on the Patreon for you to consume.
Yes.
Get to know us better.
Matt's Connections episode is really funny, really stupid.
I went and watched an episode of
Yeah.
Connections. It's right up my alley. I love that shit. It's a lot like if you like Guns, Germs, and Steel,
right,
or the book Sapiens, it's a lot of like, all right, this happened, and then here's a million other subsequent steps through history that led us to this seemingly unrelated thing.
Right.
It's very 70s, very like...
I bet you never thought about this, did you? No.
What are you going to do, stab me?
Or I bet you didn't see the connections between them.
It's 4:33 in the AM.
You're listening to Connections.
I'm James Burke. It's Connections.
Connections. Connections.
Ooh, Connections.
Ooh.
Look, this right here in my face? It's nothing. This little thing?
We have a connection. Guys, I love you.
I love you.
No, I love you too.
I like everybody in this
room.
room.
Well, you sound reluctant, Matt.
Well, it takes a while for me to give.
You didn't see it coming. You're going to do stab me?
What are you going to do, love me?
Suck our cocks.
Suck our cock. What are you going to do,
suck a cock? Suck a cock.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
We love you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.